The Snail and the Lightning. In the vast, silent stretch of the forest, the snail moved slowly along the damp earth, its shell glistening with droplets of morning dew. Every inch it traveled felt like a mountain climbed. Its pace was so slow that it seemed to stand still, like the earth itself was holding its breath. But today, something was different. Above, the sky darkened, thick clouds rolling in as the wind began to stir. The snail felt the shift in the air. It had seen storms before, heard the rumble of thunder in the distance, but today something caught its eye. A flicker, a flash that made its heart race. Lightning. The snail watched in awe as the bolt of lightning cracked the sky in half, illuminating the world in an instant. It was fast, so fast that it seemed to swallow time itself. The snail's eyes widened as it envied that speed, that power. The lightning could travel across the sky in the blink of an eye, while the snail was bound to the earth, moving at a pace so slow it could barely be noticed. Why am I so slow? The snail wondered. Why can't I move like that? Why must I be so small, so insignificant? The snail's heart sank, and for the first time it felt a deep sense of bitterness. It watched the lightning dance through the sky, streaking across the heavens with a brilliance that seemed to laugh at the snail's struggles. But then, as if the world itself was listening, a thought flickered in the snail's mind. Perhaps speed isn't everything. It wasn't long before the rain began to fall, heavy and fast, each drop a tiny explosion against the ground. The snail, however, barely noticed. It had its task to focus on, its slow and steady progress forward. The snail moved, slowly but surely, undeterred by the storm that began to rage around it. The lightning struck again, this time closer, its jagged fingers of light momentarily lighting up the entire forest. The snail paused for a moment, watching, waiting, knowing that the storm was building to a climax. As the rain poured harder, the lightning began to wane. It was no longer as fast as it once was, no longer able to strike with the same intensity. It was growing weaker. The snail, still inching along, was not as fast as lightning, but it was consistent. It kept moving forward, no matter what. And soon, the storm was gone. The lightning in all its brilliant, fiery power had vanished. The snail had reached its destination, slowly, steadily, but with purpose. It had endured the storm, outlasted the flash of lightning, and found its way to safety. The snail paused for a moment, its tiny body still, the sound of the world calming around it. The lesson was clear. Speed might have the glory, but persistence has the strength. The snail smiled to itself, for it knew that even the greatest of storms would not stop it. It might not move as quickly, but it would always move forward in its own time. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.